in the barrel, and you don't have to have an NFA. So no tax stamp required. And realistically, I imagine this as a great home defense gun. So everything we're gonna do is gonna be within 10 yards. And I just wanna see how that bullet, without the rifling, reacts in ballistics gel at 10 yards. And obviously it will be good fun. We're gonna do some binary trigger at the end. We'll explain that a little later. Thanks for joining us today, and let's see how these guns do. First to go is the Nosler ballistic tip, also known as the DT Varmint. And it is a 40 grain bullet. We're gonna start small and go big from there. Let's see how this one does in the gel at 10 yards. Here's the first shot. Pretty good wound channel all the way down into the second block, and it looks like it exited our block off to the top. It was a little bit high coming into it, so we'll modify that for the second shot. But there's our wound channel, 40 grain Nosler ballistic tip. Okay, for our second round, we are shooting the 55 grain Sierra Blitz King, which should do well also, 10 yards. On the Sierra Blitz King, the 55 grain, wound channel is also great. Shooter, not so great. Looks like we zipped out the top of this block too. I'm gonna send the next one a little lower. You can see those bullets are coming in edgewise, but that wound channel is phenomenal. I'm gonna finish off 223 with the big boy, the 80 grain hollow point boat tail, and that should make a nice little channel in it. And here we are on the 80 grain. Maybe it's not all shooter error. This one is insane. Let's see if you can see. So that's this wound channel right there. And we did exit to the side, but you can see that big, long 80 grain bullet. I wish you could see what I'm seeing. And it did come in sideways on that, but it's like a blade. Like if you get the right angle from this side, it's flat. And came in straight, zipped out to the right. We said we were going to end on that 80 grainer, and we were out here. We brought a bunch of 55 grain FMJ boat tails to do our binary trigger work on, and we should see how this does in gel. So this is a non-expanding bullet and a very standard round, and I just feel like this channel will be really good, especially when that bullet comes in sideways. It's cutting like crazy. So this will be the 55 grain and our final 223 testing on ballistics gel. And the 55 grain, we came in through this spot right here. So this is our 40 grain Nosler. That's our 55 grain Sierra Blitz King. There's our 80 grain hollow point boat tail. And there's 55 grain FMJ. This one also came in pretty much center of the block, but it did zip out through the top of this second block. So right at about 17 inches. The wound channel on the 55, I don't know how much you can see in there. This gel block is not as clear as we've had on some. And it's still got a great wound channel, but not quite as good as that 80. That 80 really did a great job. 300 Blackout. We're going to start with our smallest round again. This is our 110 grain Barnes TAC TX, which is a tipped all copper round. Let's see how it does. here is our 110 grain Barnes. You can see that went in actually really straight, and that wound channel is great. Went into the second block all the way through, second block. So that's two 16-inch blocks, and came out the end about an inch down from the top, which is about where it came in. That one traveled really well. That's a deep penetrator. Our next round is a 125 grain undisclosed bullet, one that we've been working to see if we could get this to stabilize based on drag versus twist. Let's see how this one does in the gel. Now the 125 grain hollow point, we sent it in pretty close to where that first one went, and you can see this wound channel, and see how fat that is there. It actually goes through there, circles down through this second block, through, and goes to finish at about 40 inches of ballistics gel. And really, for this first 16 inches, I mean, that permanent wound channel is got to be at least 2.5 inches. If you hit it from this angle, it's just like a blade, and then as you come down, it's a big fat wound channel. Our final load will be the Sierra Match King Subsonic. So this is a 240 grain hollow point boat tail. And this 240 grain, it came in sideways right here, and it is just like the other ones. That one cuts like a blade. Comes through, you can see it where it had tumbled, starts cutting really good again, and then exits right here out the top at just about 20 inches. I'm not sure how deep that would have went. One thing I've noticed is the wound channel, it can vary as it goes through. Its direction of travel is changing quite a bit in this block, but that's got some great cut on it. Now the part everyone's waiting for is, how is this Pioneer gonna run? So I'm gonna shoot the 300 Blackout. I'm gonna have my wife Kimber done, shoot the 223, and we'll do one final mag dump with my competition upper on this Pioneer trigger and see how flat we can keep this gun. Ready? That's the 300 Blackout. It goes fast. Okay, here's Kimber done shooting a binary trigger for the first time. 10 rounds, 10 yards. Apparently she likes it. Let's go see if the target says she likes it. Not bad for a first time. The fire will be a 30 round mag dump with my Armalite M15 3GN 13 5-inch competition upper, tuned gas system, tuned comp, and we've got a binary trigger lower. We'll see if we can keep them all about in the A zone. Looks like one of the tricks, that's my second time running this, is don't pull the trigger like you're trying to run 12 to 15 splits. Like your 2.0 to 2.5 splits are plenty good to put the rounds down. And looks like I push them just a little bit left on that, maybe a little anticipation, but for the most part, very controllable on binary. One of my favorite features of binary, it fires on the pull and fires on the release, is If you pull the trigger and you don't want the second shot, you either flip it onto semi-auto or flip it onto safe, and it will then cancel that second shot on the binary. Now that we've tried out with my competition upper, I'm going to do one last run with all Franklin parts, binary trigger and the Reformation. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better of a feel for this binary. Let's see if we can keep it all in the A zone and get good consistent pulls. Let's see how it goes. Not quite the full auto from my police days, but without a doubt, this is one of the most impressive trigger systems I have seen. It's very cutting edge, and it's for just a little more than what you pay for a custom drop-in trigger or a really good drop-in trigger. You can have one extra fun switch on here. And this is my third run of the gun. Very reasonable to keep everything within the A zone. Very impressed with this binary trigger system. For a home defense round at 10 yards, this is also, it would do the trick. You have a short rifle that is very maneuverable inside close quarters of a home. I would absolutely recommend this gun as a good CQB